Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, this news hit this morning on my feed, and it's a story coming out of the Bronx. Shout out New York. And it's a story about a guy, presumably a man. They said it was a man, whose body was wrapped in trash bags and placed in a shopping cart and just left out in the open on a nearby street next to a park. I think it's a block away from a park. Now, violence is all around us. We know that. People are insensitive to it. But I mean, just looking at this story in this video I'm going to play you, it's just unreal to me that somebody could commit a crime and just leave the evidence just right there for anybody to happen to come across. And we'll come back and talk about it. Let's take a look at this video.
Good evening, I'm Joe Torres. Sandra is off tonight. We begin in the Bronx, where someone discarded a human being like trash. A man found stuffed in a garbage bag inside a shopping cart in Longwood. Police were called out to Whitlock Avenue and Bruckner Boulevard this morning, but neighbors tell Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo the body had been out there for hours.
A perfect summer Saturday, kids playing at the park, unsuspecting families out to relax.
We didn't even know.
Just a block away, crime scene investigators hovered over a black garbage bag in a cart. Police say a man's body inside.
It's right there next to home. That was really right next to the house. So yeah, it's shocking.
The grisly discovery in a bustling Bronx neighborhood, but on a more desolate stretch of Whitlock Avenue, right next to a massive construction site.
It's not a good space to walk at night because it's really dark at night, so anything is very possible.
The most disturbing thing possible Saturday morning just after 11. A 911 caller reported the discarded corpse in a cart. Medical examiners brought out the body bag, and off to the lab it went.
I know they look like somebody died because the way he's in the carriage like this.
This woman, who did not want to speak on camera, says the cart with the garbage bag had been there. A man rode by it on a bike.
And he told me he saw yesterday somebody there.
So that has you having your eyebrow up in your own neighborhood.
A neighborhood overcome by tragedy before. In 2018, Lisa Marie Velasquez was killed in an apartment on Longfellow Avenue, just a 5-minute walk away. Her body parts scattered in bags at 2 Bronx parks.
It's frightening.
To know that that's real close, it is. I don't bring my kids to the park by themselves.
The man found out here today, just a block away from a park, has yet to be identified. The medical examiner will determine a cause of death while police try to figure out who dumped his body on the street like trash.
All right, guys, that's the article. And it's self-explanatory. Somebody died or was killed and placed in garbage bags and put in a shopping cart, folded it like laundry, and taken out like trash, which is despicable. Now, it didn't say whether the person was murdered or not. I mean, they don't have that information yet. Could have been somebody that died in the house. Somebody's like, hey, we don't want this to be a crime scene, or we don't want police intervention, so let's... Either way, it's upsetting because, I mean, that person lived their life only to come to that end without even knowing it. And that's one of the things about life. You never know at what way death will touch you at the end. So, but I will say this though. It's not, I mean, we're not laughing at the story, but I love New Yorkers. They have me cracking up. You hear the lady, one lady was laughing like, yeah, somebody died. You know what I'm saying? It's right near the house. Like, it wasn't no sympathy or nothing because they, up east, man, where I'm from, man, we just be used to that. The other lady, I don't know if she was Dominican or Puerto Rican, man. Shout out to her. I forgot her name. They say the man was in there like this. Then they say somebody died. I don't know. Yo, I got to give him props, man. God bless her soul. But yeah, one thing with this is who be finding these people? Now the guy was wrapped up, put in the bag. Now I know it was stinking, but I mean, if something's stinking or whatever, if he was wrapped up, how did they know to look in that bag and or even have the thought to look through that bag? So I'm like, did a homeless person find them or what? Because it's like people be wrapped up in bags and all these weird places and places nobody be at. And I'm like, well, who found these people? Now, granted, he was on a public road, a street that somebody would be traveling back and forth. I don't know if rigor mortis is set in and his hand bust through the bag or whatever. But I mean, it's still a grisly discovery, and it's something that shouldn't be found in any type of community, anywhere, especially where kids could find it. And that's the main reason why I did this video. It's like they would just dump bodies like it's nothing for somebody else to not fall, but walk upon and see. Something like that, you see it, you never unsee it. When I was younger, I told this story before. When I was younger, I found the torso of it was a white woman, like the torso. She had no arms or legs. I didn't know all this. When we bust the bag, we were kids playing in like a field. And we had bust the bag because there was a bunch of flies on it. So we was daring each other to bust the bag to see what's in it. We bust the bag, and here you could see human skin like leather. Well, it was waxy. But I mean, once we did that, I went and told my grandfather, and police came down there, and I got in trouble for being down there. Got my ass beat, of course. John Walsh don't play that. But it's something I never forgot. I mean, I can vividly see it. And luckily I didn't see enough of it to really have an effect on me. But a lot of times people see stuff like this and they get PTSD from it, because I mean, once you see something, you can't unsee it. And I wonder, like, when people take people and put them in trash bags and all this stuff, I mean, that's a process to do that. So, I mean, what is that, from hate or just trying to hide or conceal a crime that you'll go through any expense to do it? You seen in the story where they said, what was it, a couple months ago, I can't remember, where that lady that they showed in that same neighborhood was put in separate trash bags and placed in separate parks. I mean, to do that, to dismember somebody, man, I mean, you got to have steel nerves to do that, to know that it's a human being you're taking apart piece by piece. But I don't know the premise of what this is about. Don't know if it's murder or anything. I mean, most likely it's a homicide. But I mean, just the reality that's out here where people are just do dirt, just cast people off like trash. Did a story about Maria Gonzalez, little 11-year-old girl. Somebody stuffed her in the trash bag. It's bad enough somebody is a victim of violence or death, period. But the way they desecrate the body and treat it sometimes is almost as bad as the way they, carried out the death on the person. It's messed up. But I'm Stock Market Steve, man. Guys, leave me a comment. I think a homeless person found them. Who's coming across these people? Because I mean, obviously the person ain't give a damn, but just a question. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.